Hello, Team 285. Dr. C ringing in for Mod 2. It's January 8th, and I want to thank all of you once again for the excellent interactions, the responses uh, to the first discussion board focusing on ethical considerations as a researcher, a professional position, which has a lot of requirements, stipulations, and rules and regulations in order to keep one honest and fact-based. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Just a note here. Please take note that I will ask questions. That is my job, and I want to make sure that you receive the best possible academic service. Let's just call it that. That I want to see thinking, and it's not just on my behalf; it's on behalf of the profession to demonstrate thinking, and it's hard. It's a lot easier to do it orally, right? If you were to raise your hand in class and explain yourself or elaborate further. So it's hard when you're constricted to the text-only environment. I understand that. So the best way that you can demonstrate critical thinking is to use appropriate grammar, the right lexicon, the right words, okay, that are accurately demonstrate what you are trying to say. What are you trying to explain? What are you trying to depict? That is critical for all of your disciplines. And I know we have a lot of people from poli sci, human services, criminal justice, and so on, but the requirements in the profession are the same. We've got to be clear and we have to be fact based. So I commend those who did utilize reading references, fact based references, to support their position relative to ethics in research. So thank you for that. But I'm going to hold you accountable to that. As I told you from the beginning, I will never deceive anyone here. I, in a way, represent right the profession, the demands of the profession. And I can tell you that when you have to raise your right hand, you've got to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And we cannot be misunderstood. So enough of that. I'm here to help you with that. So don't worry about it. Okay. Don't get stressed out saying I can't. You can. Don't let your brain take over. The negative thoughts in your brain take over. You can do this. You will be fine. This is an excellent university level course. So, what did you do in Mod 1? All right. So, you took the Check Your Knowledge quiz to identify areas of strength and gaps. That's a good opening salvo. Know where you're at with this topic, this discipline. Resources, ethical considerations, right? Great discussion. Review, make sure each and every mod review the resources. They're exceptional. This is one of the most robust, exceptionally developed research courses I've ever seen and had the privilege of working in or with. And you did well in the discussion board thus far, so some great interactions, etc. Thank you for those students who wrote back to me when I asked them a question about what they posted. Okay? So remember, I will always challenge you because you're all very, very smart people with a lot of great life experience and professional experience and a combination of both. So make sure, I can't tell you that I can't imply or implore or beseech you enough, beg you to make sure that you take advantage of the phenomenal resources in each and every mod. And that will include Mod 2 as well. Great videos in there. We'll get to that in a second. Make sure you complete the qualitative and quantitative practice activity. You understand what that means and the difference between the two and how they can be combined effectively. You want to complete the graded quiz at the end of the mod to identify any gaps in your knowledge before working on the project and complete your project prep assignment. Let me see if I can scroll down. We're going to work on something else in a minute about your research question. We'll get back to that in a second here. So here we are, mod 2. All right. Make sure that you read the introduction over. What are you going to do in this mod? All right. The objectives are you will be able to describe, and what does that mean? That means articulation, being specific, concise, clear language. Determine the importance of a research question. That means supporting it with fact. Determine when a social scientist would use different methodologies. Okay, that means utilizing fact. And I, as a researcher, utilized a mixed methods application or processes or whatever you want to call it, methodologies, when I did my dissertation in South Boston with the mafia. Module overview, make sure you read this. You in mod 1, as you know, you explored qualitative and quantitative research methods, etc. I'm not going to read everything to you. That's up to you. And here's your module at a glance. You're going to take a Check Your Knowledge quiz. Make sure you look at these resources. They're exceptional. Okay? The research question. Review the resources. Let's go back to that research question thing again. Please make sure you read this. This came from that. I basically just copied and pasted it just to give you a heads up what you need to look for. What is a good research question? A good research question, okay, is not going to befuddle you and leave you confused or overwhelm you because it's not specific enough. So it needs to be written in the form of a question. Okay, it's clearly focused, and you own this. You own the topic or problem you want to investigate. It's clearly focused. Clearly means what? Good grammar, no slang. It is not a yes or no question. All right? And there's a great chart in that resource, okay, that gives you great samples of what a good research question looks like. It has more than one plausible answer. Okay, is it going to be a conclusion? Not necessarily, but plausible. Look it up in the dictionary. What does that really mean? Okay, authentic, relevant, etc. Right? Okay, common sense could be factual. It also considers relationships among multiple concepts. Okay, so make sure you get into these resources. They're exceptional. Here's a sample. This is what I was talking about in this resource. Use these resources. They're great. Okay, as you can see right here, sample sociological research questions and their strengths and weaknesses. This is a phenomenal template for you to learn from as you move forward to creating a research question. Resources, make sure you review the resources on selection of a research method. You've got to do this, all right? Not to use slang, and not to be rude, but don't wing it. Really focus your energy when you have it. I know you're all very busy. Focus your energy on what needs to be done. If you do well in this course, you apply yourself. It will serve you for a very long time, if not forever, really, especially when you move on to other courses that will require research, or if you're contemplating graduate level studies, you will need to have a good, strong handle, a grasp of all the principles, nuances, stipulations, the requirements and regulations, etc., how to create research. Again, we do nothing in the social sciences. I don't care if it's CJ across the board, okay, unless we have some research that shows and or proves that what we're looking to answer, what we're looking to solve, can actually be done. And make sure you complete the graded quiz at the end of the module to identify any gaps in your knowledge before working on the project. People, make sure you review the rubrics. If you have any questions about the language in the rubrics, the expectations, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you and walk you through it anytime. You see my phone number, etc. My contact information is in my bio. I am on the East Coast, just to let you know, but if I miss your call, leave a preferred phone number, date, and time, and we can work together. I'm here to have your back. I'm here to support you, okay? But I'm also going to challenge you, and I will never deceive you. I want you are all excellent, knowledgeable people with tremendous life experience and a lot of responsibilities. Okay, so we can take the stress levels down a notch. All right, Dr. C ringing in again, January 8th. Welcome to Mod 2.